Champ, you've dealt with a lot of adversity in your life, you know what I'm saying? It's made you a better man, strong. How has adversity in your last fight helped you grow as a man and as a fighter, suffering your first defeat?
Just stay mentally strong, staying mentally locked in, and like you said, there's been other things outside of boxing that could have deterred me or turned me away from wanting to continue on, and my boxing career. So one bad night of boxing is not going to, one night of coming up short, that's not going to deter me or discourage me or hurt my confidence. I'm as confident as ever. I'm as determined as ever. I'm hungry. I'm motivated. We had a great camp, and I'm just ready to get in there and fight.
Right. Do you feel more hungry now after that fight, or as a fighter?
Yeah, more so just to get back to my winning ways, you know what I'm saying? So just to get back to my winning ways.
Hey Caleb, boxing is usually like anything you could do, I could do better. So Benavidez stopped them in like the 9th round, something like that. Are you looking to maybe not do the same thing, but just kind of make it like pitch a complete shutout to make it seem like his performance was obsolete?
I'm looking to go in there and win in fashion. I'm looking to go in there and dominate, completely dominate.
This is the first time in your pro career you've ever had to bounce back from a loss. Does that preparation change compared to when you're on a winning streak?
No, I haven't really gone about my preparation any differently, just carrying that extra added, motivation each day into training. But, regardless, I'm going to train as hard as I can every time. I stay in shape year-round, keep my weight in check year-round. I'm not the type to go out and party, and, this is something I do year-round. So, again, like you said, it may be my first loss in the ring, but, I'm taking losses in other places and still, went about my preparation the same way. It's no different now.
Saquon Jones, the boxing voice. Coming off a loss, as they said too, but you're also fighting in New York. Any added pressure with the venue? This should be your first time in New York. It's a big market.
No. Regardless of where this fight is held, I got a job to do, and I'm focused. I can't be focused on, outside things. I got to focus on the task at hand, and regardless if it was at the MGM or the Staples or I fought in big venues before, so I'm just focused on the task at hand and what's in front of me. But I am excited to be here. I'm excited to fight in front of my New York fans. I'm excited to fight at the Barclays, and I'm excited to be on Fox.
Regardless if anybody likes you or not, people always say, you're a really great boxer, but, the one knock on you, quote unquote, be, you don't really have that much power or anything like that.
Yeah.
Are you looking to kind of shut people up a little bit, probably be a little more aggressive as opposed to just completely backing on the back foot?
Well, it's funny because, people say that that I may not hit hard, but in most all of my fights, you find people getting to the point where they're just standing there looking at me. And if I don't hit hard, why not keep charging forward, cutting off the ring, doing what you're supposed to do? So, it's easy to say that you don't hit hard until you get in there and the bell rings. And then even someone like Jose Uzcategui, how many times he had been dropped in his career? He got dropped by Max Korobov one time, but other than that, I'm the only person to put him down. So.
Twice.
And yeah, exactly. So it's easy to say I don't hit hard, then the bell rings, and then a couple rounds in, they're just standing there looking at me, not throwing punches no more. So.
Caleb, Marcus Hayes, FightHype TV. Caleb, I wanted to ask you. We've seen social media clips from back in the day of people doubting you having fights in the streets, just kind of having to set people straight for underestimating who you are as a person. Does this situation and the things that have been said remind you of any of those days?
Yeah, I'd say so, but when the bell rings, he'll find out for sure. So it's easy to talk about it, but I can show you better than I can tell you. So when the bell rings, all this yip-yap that he's been got going on, we're going to put that to a stop.
And another point, Caleb, we've seen in social media and in person in your workout in Las Vegas, you sitting down on your punches. Is that kind of the bread man effect?
Well, I don't think you can go from people saying that you have no power, like you mentioned, to all of a sudden having a bunch of power in one camp. That's something that's always been there, but we have made a few tweaks in certain departments. And Breadman, he's a great coach. Like I've said numerous times, him and my dad work seamlessly together. There's great chemistry, and we got some things put together, and I'm excited to show y'all.
Champ, with you becoming a big pay-per-view star, do you have any intention of bringing the show back home, maybe in that big football stadium?
That's something that I would love to do in the future, or take it back to the Bridgestone like I've already done. We had about 10,000 people in there the first time, so that's something I'd like to do in the future. But right now, I'm at the Barclays Center, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm focused on the fight in front of me.
Well, Caleb, the arena should be empty around like January since you guys won't make the playoffs. Should be empty.
All right, that's interview's over.
Caleb, Marcus Hayes, FightHype again. talked to your dad at length at the Las Vegas workout, and he told me that he was a little bit excited because he's the only person that really knows what it's like for you when you come back off of a loss and what type of animal that you are. Can you talk about that?
You know, I'm not going to expand on it any more than, you know, my dad knows me just about better than anyone, other than Jordan probably, and you know, so he knows the type of work that I put in my whole life, honestly, but specifically speaking from that point to this one, and so he knows what we're about to do, and so just like him, I'm excited to show y'all.
Are you planning on having Dirrell's blood splattered on your shoes like the ones that you have designed on Fight Night? What would be able to tell the difference?
You may, who knows? The blood on my shoes looks pretty real already, so I got a little fit to go with it. But you know, if you in front row, you might be able to tell the difference. But if you up a couple, who knows?
2 more questions, guys.
He talked earlier about that social media clip of you, different ones of you fighting in the streets. There's that one famous one that gets passed around every time when you're about to fight. I've never heard you speak on that. Can you tell any memories you have from that when you were fighting the guy and he pulled out a knife? And I mean, it gets passed around every time you have a fight night.
Yeah. I mean, just someone who thought that they was going to chastise me and it didn't work out for him. So that's long story short. And then he was getting spanked in front of everybody. He pulled out a knife, and so I knew at that point it was time to get up out of there.
Caleb, we have there's a college football game, Tennessee and Alabama. We have 2 fighters, one from Alabama, one from Tennessee. You have a prediction on that game?
UT Falls, go UT, baby.
Come on, man.
We're 5-0. We're 5-0 right now.
Get him out of New York, man.
No, my best friend Dirrell, and he's from Birmingham, Alabama. So you know we always bicker back and forth. Alabama's got a great football team, but UT they got a solid team so far this year. So you know, be looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.